I was excited to see where this sequel would go. This was a very anticipated movie for me because I think the first Black Panther movie is the best Marvel movie to date. It had everything from a good story to good direction and great performances from everyone in the cast. With the sad passing of Chadwick Boseman, I was thinking that they shouldn't make a sequel at first, but at the same time I thought the character should live on in the MCU. No matter how sad the passing of Chadwick Boseman is, the story has to move on. And with this movie there was a lot of anticipation on how they would handle his passing, but also in how they would move the story forward. I'm glad to say that for the most part Wakanda Forever lives up to the anticipation, even if it is a lot weaker than the first movie. Ryan Coogler is back at the helm and he is a good director. The sequel was planned with Chadwick Boseman in mind, and they even wrote the first version of the script with him as Black Panther, but when he passed they had to go back and rewrite the whole script. So this wasn't really the initial intention of the sequel. I think with the hand he was given, Coogler does an amazing job directing this movie. A lot of the first act is a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, and this feels very organic to the story of the movie, so it was a very well made farewell to a good actor that will be missed. The CGI is good throughout the movie, unlike with the first one where the third act felt like a PlayStation 2 game in the fight between T'Challa and Killmonger. But that fight was short enough to not affect the overall craftsmanship of that movie. Here, the CGI, it feels very consistent and feels like they had more time to finish shots. All the actors do a good job here with their performances, especially Angela Bassett as Ramonda, Queen of Wakanda. She has the best performance in the movie, with some of the most emotional scenes in the movie. Letitia Wright does a good job taking the mantle of Chadwick Boseman, and I'm looking forward to future sequels with her as the new Black Panther. But the character isn't as interesting and Letitia isn't as good of an actor as Chadwick was. The things that feel weaker in this movie than in the first one is the core conflict and the villain. The story doesn't feel very engaging and interesting. While the villain has a good background story, the conflict between Namor and Wakanda just doesn't feel engaging enough to the point that the movie feels too long. All in all, this is a good movie, but far from the first movie's brilliance, where you both had a better ground story and a better villain in Killmonger. My final grade for this movie is a 6 out of 10. It is a good sequel with flaws that does what it's supposed to do, but the circumstances clearly affected the final product. And I hope to see more movies about this world and the Black Panther character. This has been Boogeyman Cinema. Thank you for watching.